Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This is the bronze match, third place. Both these players, we have Tagada here and Petric. Petric Pawns. Fremy Speed Draw. This is his current alias. He's had that alias a long time now. Might be time for a change. Coming up to the Legend of the Stars end of year tournament soon. Do we have the music on? Or is it just droning? Just a bit of a drone by Philip Croft. I think his music pack should be in the description if you're looking for it. That's where I get the music from. And it's pretty good, pretty well made. Some people don't think it fits Supreme Commander. I think it fits quite well. But anyway, this match, bronze medal match. There's no medals, just kidding. Third place. Both these players lost in the semi-finals, which we have covered already. Petric went down to Nexus. Tagada went down to Turbo 2 in what was something of an upset. Nexus Petric, probably not such an upset to people who were paying pretty close attention, because Petric has not been very active at all recently, whereas Nexus has been definitely keeping his hand in, playing some games. Not a huge volume, but you know, certainly far more than Petric has. So yeah, the map, that's probably enough split screening happening. The map is Palladium, and it's an interesting map, 5x5 map. We have seen it already featured. I believe we saw Blinchik play on it. That was quite a nice game. Who was that? Was that Blinchik and Turbo? If memory serves. Okay, so Tagada sending 2 engineers here. Petric only sending 1. This seems like a mistake here. If we look at the queue that Petric has, I don't really like it. I gotta be honest, he's got a huge queue. Now I say a lot of times that people should queue up a lot of things to avoid having to, you know, use a lot of APM all the time. But that's more for noobs. In the case of one of the best players ever, queuing up a hydrocarbon and then manual reclaim afterwards with a single engineer. I mean, this reclaim is going to be so far in the future, you never know when you're going to actually get it. Other things happening, however, this engineer, which has quite a lot of orders, is under attack, and he's actually going to go down. Nice kill. 2 kills on that Tham. I believe it killed a Celine before that. The Tham will go down to the enemy Tham, barring some nice dodges. There he goes. Both players trying to get Celines into good positions. You can see this one actually is toggled. The toggle on the Celine only affects the... It affects the selection priority, basically. Here comes the Tham rolling over the hills. Okay, so we can see the hydrocarbon is finished. Petric only half done on his hydrocarbon in his base. He's just left with the commander. Similar timing to Tagada moving to the same side, and Petric aiming for an air factory now. There's 4 land factories up. Second hydrocarbon begun again with the single engineer, and these tanks get wrecked by the ACU. Well, actually the first one was defended against by Celine and Tham. The second one, free kill for the commander. We have 3.5 land factories in this base. Oh, we have 3 over here as well, though, and an air factory, 2 inties as well. There must have been an air scout at some point, surely. I don't... okay, he didn't make an air scout, it seems, because I don't see any veterancy on the anti-air. So that means they didn't kill it. But right now we've got a fair bit of mass in the bank. We could have more factories, that's what that means. We also haven't got all the Manual reclaim over here for Petric. To be fair, Tagada a bit slow on that as well, but both players heading to the same side, and it looks like Tagada has the greater land production. Now the ACUs have met each other. Petric retreating, knowing that he has very little assistance, sends out an air scout and a bomber. Engineer goes down in the middle, but there's 3 inties out. They will virtually instantly kill that bomber, and now a bomber from Tagada on the move to the right side. It's gonna bomb a PD. No, it's gonna bomb an engineer, which had already died. Oh, Petric walking forward, and he has no units with him. Conversely, Tagada with 5 tanks around and a Celine. The Celine not doing anything, obviously. A Zooey as well, and Petric is running away from. I don't know where he's running to. Bomb comes in. I don't know what that hit. Maybe it didn't even drop actually. Petric turns his fire onto the units, and both players. This looks very dangerous for Petric. He's lacking. He has very few units in general, and around his ACU, it's the same story. He only has 18 tanks, 34 tanks for Tagada, and Tagada with almost double the HP on the commander as well. This looks very nasty for Petric. Petric desperately looking for a veterancy. If he doesn't get a veterancy fast, he will just die here. And the bomber also coming in doing damage to the commander. More bombers. Petric dropping very, very low. He's still 150 damage away from a veterancy. He's dead. Tagada wins in a very quick game on a 5x5 map. 5,500 HP left. Crushing on the right hand side, and this is what we refer to as a build order win. That is, I mean, there's no other way to put it. My question is, has Petric played this map ever before? Perhaps he has played it. He's certainly played it. Maybe he's played it once. Maybe he's played it 3 times. Probably has not played it more than that. Probably he's only played it in this tournament, and this went very poorly. Tagada just simply had a better build. Look at this, he has 40 tanks at the end. Petric has 16, and that's after the ACU explosion that would kill some of both their tanks, but probably more of Tagada's. So really not even close, and that is the stereotypical build win there. Not too interesting, but Tagada takes game number 1. So let's move on to game number 2 very quickly and see if we can get something a bit more meaty in this bronze medal match. Again, medals not included. Okay. Very little chance of this game ending in under 7 minutes. Was that the time for the other one? It was under 7 minutes, I think. So, yeah, not likely to happen on Crazy Rush. Tagada drops another GLHF. Previously, Petric responded with, "I'm too old to have fun." He's clearly pretending to be Blackheart in that comment, but to be honest, Petric probably is not even older than Tagada, if my sources are correct, if my memory is correct. Let's do the old split screen, because it's Crazy Rush. It's a good place to do it because both these guys have gone for different builds. So Petric went for a mass extractor, a factory, and power. Tagada goes for 2 power generators, a factory, and now mass extractors. So, yes. He's also gone first lab and a scoot. Scooting is very important on all maps. Unless you're Craze Chariot. It's fun to play like Craze sometimes. I would recommend. But do it on purpose. Okay. Scout and a Zooey and another scout from Petric. A fight in the middle goes predictably poorly for the Selene, because it is not a very good unit at fighting, and that's another Selene dead. Selenes ain't cheap. Not at all. Oh, the lab gets killed. That was a bit silly to just walk into the range of the commander there. Totally unnecessary. The Zooey is protected. It's also very dumb and unable to pass correctly through mass extractors that are packed that closely together. So I think this went poorly for Petric. There's no doubt that went poorly. The lab was a very good move from Tagada. He killed 2 Selenes, and Selenes, I think, what is that, 20 mass for Selene? Yes, 20 mass. That's a lot of mass for a unit that really sucks at killing things. So 40 mass gone down the drain. No epic Selenes in good positions. He can perhaps get them in good positions later, but yeah, that's a big investment early on to lose 2 Selenes out of your first factory for free. And the Zooey is delayed so much that by the time it reaches the other side, there's going to be a tank there and it's going to die for free. So I think the opening is going very smoothly for Tagada. Does the game feel quieter to you? Feels a little bit quieter. Although I do have a headphone volume I can adjust myself. Oh, here we go. Tank reaches the Zooey. Oh, what was that little flick around that the Zooey did? Well, he's dead now. Oh, no way. For a second I thought he was actually going to hit the tank. Let's end the split screen now with the end key. It's one of the things that is a little frustrating sometimes. If a unit walks through where the blueprint is placed, it can take the engineers many moons to react accordingly, and you can see the tank was over here by the time they started building the factory. It's quite frustrating. These small things will never cease to frustrate you if you notice them. Best case scenario, you don't notice them. Scout and a bomber from Tagada. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Run, my friends, run. Oof. You can run. But you cannot hide. 2 engineers go down. Second pass from that bomber gets... Oh no, you're still in the flames. 3 more. No, 2 more. Wait, what? Why does it have 4 kills? I'm sure 5 engineers died there, right? 3 died the second time around. Am I crazy? Or did 5 engineers die? 2 the first time, 3 the second time? Like here, he insta-killed 1, and then the other 2 died to the flames. No? And here's the first 2 that died. I'm just baiting for comments, aren't I, at this point? A lot of factories up for Tagada. And quite a few more tanks. Oh my god, looks like Petric has no factories whatsoever. Unsurprising, given he just lost so many engineers. 7 factories, only one of them is still under construction. 12 factories? 13 factories, 2 are under production, so we're at 11. Way ahead of Petric, and we have way more power being produced by Tagada as well. A lot more P-gens done. Small victory here with the Inti. Good kill. Good kill. However, this seems absolutely screwed already. ACU dispatched as a weapon to defend against an army because there are no tanks to dispatch. Oh no. That's the Inti, isn't it? That's let's move on. I'm sorry I drew attention to the Inti in the first place now. It's just landed in the middle of a bunch of tanks. T2 land up already for Petric, faster than Tagada. That's something for him to go by at least, although this number of factories is quite a disturbing sight if you are a Petric Pawns fan, as everyone is. Any non-fans of Petric, let me know why you hate him in the chat, in the comments. Just kidding, don't do that. I may simply delete your comments. 57 T1 mass extractors. Tagada. 55 tanks. 74 T1 mexes. It's not even close in terms of mass production. In terms of tanks, also quite bad. And this looks, well, what's that adjective I was using? Bad. It looks bad. Yes, very bad. Tagada running into the expansion now, where there are quite a few mexes constructed, and I don't know how long they're gonna last. Now at least he has a very nice defender's advantage in this fight. The tanks come off the factory and they're immediately in the battle, but he's not avoiding damage here. He is not avoiding damage. Maybe he can get reclaim deposited here on his doorstep. Looks like Tagada is in retreat mode though. Gonna shoot some fadeaways with the Lobos as he retreats. Ah, beautiful. Only one goes down though there, but oh, hang on. Why did that explode? Did I miss something? Oh, they're still, oh, they're coming back. Here come back the Lobos. And that's quite bad. Oh, I like the Selines though. Props for the Selines. All these guys here. ACU holds down the fort on the left side. The fort is crumbling on the right side. We're about to get completely outflanked. We have 59 T1 tanks and 2 Ilshavo. Forced to make Ilshavo from his T2 land factory. Can't rush T3 at this point. Can't build a lot of T2 engineers at this point out of that factory. He has to make units. PD creeping his way back into his own expansion. You gotta do what you gotta do. Walls. Excellent move. Excellent move. But in the meantime, I mean, Tagada is just taking a massive lead. Getting support factories going. You can see over here a lot of support factories coming up. T3 is probably on the cards very soon. Multiple expansions. And even larger mass production in the main base as well. So this is quite not a close one. Not a close one at all. And Petric has already dropped the first map, so it looks like we're heading to a 2-0 lead for Tagada, barring a snipe, basically. Anything other than a snipe, I cannot see working. The early Ilshis have been quite nice, doing a lot of damage, pushing back all these units. That's annoying. Some T1 bombers coming in. Quite a few static defenses, but they do not defend against the bombers in time. And there goes a mass extractor. Why did I say it like that? I've almost said mix. PDs. You hate to see these PDs here. More bombers coming in, just being suicided onto the mass extractors. Engineers reclaiming in the meantime. UAF bombers do quite obscene damage, it's gotta be said. But yeah, PD's going up on the front. I think Tagada is just taking his time now. Okay, he does have some bad rally points there. That was the main problem. Now he's fixed those. He has 12 T2 support factories. No, I take it back. He's just finished more. He has 17 T2 support factories now. That is fantastic. T3 land 82% complete. T2 PDs on the front line in the middle. Random tanks getting T2 PDs lasered out of existence. Why does he not have mongoose, shields, and some MMLs? MMLs should be on the cards immediately. I mean, everyone is just immediately rushing T2PDs on this map now. Unsurprisingly, I mean, now I say it like it's a brand new thing, but we've seen more crazy rush recently than we have for a long time in the past. So MMLs should be straight out the gate and snipe those forward T2 engineers and then the T2PDs, and you're going to be in a great position. I mean, in this scenario, he has so much more production that he can simply overrun his opponent with tanks, most likely. I would have loved seeing some mongoose and shields though. They're fantastic units. What's building here? Yeah, I should probably get rid of the tanks out of this. Would you look at that? We saw it. We caught it live on camera, guys. He just removed the tanks from the build queue and added a lot of artillery. That's a lot of Janus dropping napalm all over the production, the mass production of Petric. There's not much left there. Not much at all. Meanwhile, in this expansion, although the PDs are getting absurd amounts of kills, it doesn't matter. He will simply charge in, tank as much damage as he can with those meaty pillars, and kill every single mech. Petric finds the button that kills himself on, who kills his commander, and presses it, and ends the game. Because he has, let's see how many mechs he has. 43. Not bad in a regular 1v1. But that was carnage. Look at this. Haven't mentioned factions actually in this video. We had Seraphim Mirror in the previous game, and now we had Petric with Seraphim and Tagada with UEF. I definitely prefer the UEF pick, and we've seen perhaps the greatest weapon on Crazy Rush, the Janus. One of the greatest weapons at least. And we saw what it does. Also, nice TML here back in the base. Got a few kills. Got some damage done, but yeah. Actually, he didn't TML the ACU, did he? I'm assuming he just control K'd. But yeah, huge carnage with the Janus. The game was already pretty much over. I mean, it was not close, really. And yeah, 2-0 to Tagada. This is a best of 5. One more game is needed. This video will end here, but we'll be back to cover the rest of the series in the next video, so tune in for that. We're also going to be covering the final, and then we're going to be covering some Legend of the Stars qualifier number 1. And there'll be other people covering. We're gonna have total coverage of Legend of the Stars, and some of that will be done by me, and some of it will also be done by Guile, Willow's Duality, Andrani, perhaps Kenosis also, and you can find links to their channels on my homepage. I'm talking way too long after this video, so yeah, just click the links, check out that stuff, and tune in soon for more Forge Alliance. Always more Forge Alliance. See you next time, guys.